So the fountain toss is something that I came up with years ago when I was looking for a way to toss packets from one hand to the other. A poetic name for it would be fountain toss, but a more technical name would be biddle flick toss, because you start in biddle grip and then you flick the cards as you toss them. And with that, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial. Alright, so starting off, you're going to basically do this toss from biddle grip, push off the center line and flick in the air. If that's enough for info for you, then you can go ahead and try it. If not, let's take a closer look. You can start by holding in biddle grip, and then the center line, you're basically going to push maybe half an inch to the right, just like that. You can practice just pivoting the packet in your hand, just like that. After you get the hang of that, then you can try tossing it up, letting go with these two fingers, and then kicking it out. That's really all it is. You toss it up, you let go, and then you kick it out. So, just like that. If it lands face up, you can just close it. If it lands face down, you can flip it first and then close it. You can keep the toss pretty low, or you can go for something a little bit higher. This is actually a pretty new deck of cards. I opened them yesterday. You know how slick tally hos are, or at least were, with the Blue Seal debacle, end of an era. But anyway, my point is, you can do this with a new deck of cards. It doesn't have to be old and conditioned. They can be pretty slick, but as long as you're grabbing and pushing right off, they should still stay coalesced. So I'm just letting go. The timing is basically you toss your hand up, you let go with these two fingers, then you push, and that's basically it. You want to break off maybe, you could probably get away with as little as something like 5 cards. So that still works. And then you could go all the way up to, you know, a bigger size packet. It just depends on what you want to do. So you can do this with the packet being horizontal, or you can do it with the packet being more vertical, which I don't usually do, but doesn't mean you can't check it out. So that's that. To recap, you're just breaking off 5 to 20 cards, flicking up with your wrist, letting go with these two fingers, and then pushing out with your index finger, and then closing. Okay, so some suggestions on how to get into this. For one thing, you can just break off a packet and do it, like I've been doing. A beginner might want to do the swing cut. So that's something you can either learn really fast, or you probably already know, even if you're just starting out. You just break off until you have a small packet of cards left, and then you go into the toss. Just like that. I kind of like it because you get the eye used to this sort of pattern, and then you break from it. So there's a sort of rhythm going, and then you just surprise the eye, whoever's watching there. Other than that, I mean, you can do it off of spin sybil. As soon as you get to here, you can just go right into it. That's Spin Sybil by Jaspa's deck. Anything where you end up, this is why I like this toss so much, because you don't have to get into some sort of special grip or position. You're just doing it from, you're already, so much happens here that when you find yourself with a packet here, you can just go in at the end of a cut to finish as sort of an exclamation mark, or you can go in at the end of, or even in the middle of a cut. Another beginner thing to do would be Z grip, slide here, and make like a basic triangle, and then when you close it, go into the toss from here. So you could just go Z grip, display, and then boom, finish with the toss. That's mostly it. Thanks for watching the tutorial. Have fun experimenting with that move, see where you can fit it in, and we'll see you all next time. One thing I decided to go ahead and mention is that this isn't just for visual appeal, there is also a sleight of hand application to this. So you can cut the cards, toss up the packet in the Biddle Flick toss, and then eject a chosen card that a spectator has selected. I'm not going to cover that today, but I'll bet if you give it some thought, you can figure out how to apply that and do it for yourself. Then after you get that, you can start trying to shoot multiple cards from the packet that you toss in the air. I'll leave it to you to figure out how to do that on your own. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.